Is 65 almost as great as 69? Eh? Okay, sorry. Really bad joke. But with this movie starring Adam Driver, one of the best actors of the last decade, and the screenwriters from the first Quiet Place, which I thought is one of the best horror movies that we've gotten in a long time, how could this sci-fi action thriller with dinosaurs not be great? Well, I'm going to start with the premise and tell you what the movie's about first. After a catastrophic crash on an unknown planet, Pilot Mills, played by Adam Driver, quickly discovers he's stranded on Earth 65 million years ago. With only one chance at a rescue, Mills and the only other survivor, Koa, must cross an unknown terrain riddled with dangerous prehistoric creatures. Before I get into the good, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified of my reviews, reactions, and much, much more. Let's start off with the good. Adam Driver is super solid as this action leading man in this sci-fi action thriller. He plays Commander Mills, a pilot who's going on a 2-year journey with human cargo, and he took the job so he could afford medicine for his sick daughter. As they're halfway through the journey, he gets knocked off course by some asteroids and lands on Earth. Mills goes through a myriad of emotions throughout this film, starting off pretty hopeless when he realizes he lost a lot of the cargo, not understanding where he is, not having communication off planet, and it feels like he's gonna give up at first. But once he runs into Koa, you can see that the spark in his life starts coming back, and he starts thinking about his family and wanting to get off the planet. Adam Driver plays the character really well. He goes through varying emotions as, like I said, he felt hopeless in the beginning, then just tired and frustrated because these characters get into a bad situation after bad situation after bad situation, and started feeling like he was cursed, like it was kind of a gag because it was just so bad, like how it just progressed from little things to a lot of bigger things, obviously, because they're stuck on a prehistoric planet with dinosaurs. Koa, played by Ariana Greenblatt, is the survivor that accompanies him, and she can't speak English, and he doesn't have his translator anymore because unfortunately it broke, and it creates a lot of humorous interactions between them. This movie had attempts at humor that I thought wasn't going to be in this film, and some of them landed for me. I actually liked a lot of their interactions, and it made it easy to watch and engage and be interested in them because of their humorous interactions, but also created a lot of tense moments as well, because obviously this place is riddled with dinosaurs and other creatures and other dangers, and their lack of communication and understanding each other creates moments that are very tense. For the film, and what makes it really work is that Adam Driver and Ariana Greenblatt's characters are both missing their families in different ways. They really bond over it, even with their lack of the communication, and they start growing into kind of like the surrogate father, surrogate daughter role. Something that we're seeing a lot lately in with The Last of Us, The Mandalorian. Logan did it a couple years ago, and there's other stories that have been building on and stuff like that, with a disgruntled, tough, gruff guy that can hold his own with a young woman or boy or alien that is not as capable, but learns to be capable because they want to help their, protect themselves, So it's a story that feels really familiar these years lately, but I think that they did a pretty good job with the characters and how they bonded and that kind of part of the story. The VFX are great. The dinosaurs look amazing. Like, this movie doesn't have the budget of Jurassic Park, the new ones, but the dinosaurs look as good. The meteor showers, the visuals for the landscapes and everything look really, really great. They made a very visually pleasing film, and the way the dinosaurs interact with the people and everything is convincing. I never had a point where I was like, oh yeah, I don't believe that's a dinosaur. I never had a point where the immersion was broken. I felt the fear. It felt dangerous and very scary and very aggressive, but also at the same time, we got a very different dinosaurs. So some of them were smaller, so they would jump out of the bushes or use the shadows because they've never seen anything like Adam Driver either, or the tech that he has. So they also had to play it a little smart as well. So I think I really, really enjoyed not only the human performances and their interaction with each other, but the way they utilized the dinosaurs. And the action was at its best when they included horror elements. It's obviously dinosaurs, and a lot of it is them running away from the dinosaurs, and the music and the way they use the score really built up the tension. And because, like I said, the dinosaurs sometimes hide in the shadows or will come out of nowhere, it created a lot of great horror moments and some jump scares that will catch you. And when in my theater, it caught a bunch of different people because when you think it's going to come, it doesn't come, and then it comes, and you're like, whoa, okay, you got me. I think that they did a really good job with that. Now let's get into the bad. The screenplay and the direction really let down the solid performances, the really great VFX, and the solid score. When it comes to all aspects of the film, it feels like they did the bare minimum at each time. The film is clocking in at a brisk hour and 33 minutes, and they don't give anything chance to breathe with a runtime like that. In the beginning, the movie doesn't flow really well because it feels like sections of the film were chopped out and it just jumps from one moment to another, and there's certain scenes that it feels like it's supposed to be building tension to something, and then it never happens. So you're sitting there clenched waiting for a dinosaur to come or something, and then it just goes to another scene of him kind of looking at some scientific gizmo or something like that. And that the movie really doesn't ramp up until he meets Koa. So before that, it's kind of slow and it's pretty choppy. But overall, there was so many interesting concepts in here, and that had a lot of potential. A man being from a futuristic humanoid civilization landing on Earth 65 million in our past and interacting with dinosaurs, but not really interacting with anything else outside the animals. I thought they missed the opportunity for them to really do more things and really explore what that could mean in a fun way and a scary way. And while I enjoyed the film overall, it just feels frustrating by its end because there's so many things that they could have done that I felt like could have elevated this film from just a B movie, and not in terms of grade, like a B sci-fi film, into like a really great sci-fi film, like a B great sci-fi film instead of a good one. I think that they could have expanded on the sci-fi stuff. They're from an advanced race. I felt like they should have had cooler suits, cooler guns, cooler stuff like that. I felt like the action sequences that was outside those horror elements could have been done with more visual flair. There's like one moment, but that was because the horror elements were there. Even the third act fight, which was done really well, could have been bigger and greater. So I just felt like the humor, while some of it was good, not all of it land, and they could have really gone further if they gave the movie more time. The action, same thing, could have been greater if they gave the movie more time and added a little bit of visual flair there. The character work and that connection and the stuff that they went through and the stories that I felt like they could have had could have been better if they gave those films just a bit more time. The film just gave each of those sections a bit more time. It could have been great. Let's get into my verdict. So I break it down into who should go see this and if I like it and it's worth it. If you're a fan of Adam Driver and you love to see him in movies, if you're a fan of The Last of Us, you're a fan of Logan, and you're a fan of movies like that where there's just like an old gruffy dude taking care of a young person, you should go. This is a solid watch. Like, if you're the type of person that goes to the movies often, don't wait for streaming, you definitely go and to see this movie and not be upset that you paid for the ticket. But if you're not somebody that wants to go to the movies all the time and you see a movie once a month, or especially right now with this opening against Scream 6, Champions, and other things in streaming, I can see you waiting for this to hit streaming because it is something that you can watch and have fun with, but it's not something I would say run to the theater. Overall, I think that I enjoyed the film a lot, but it's just derivative of other sci-fi stuff. It never elevates past that or even meet what it's inspired by. So with that said, I'm going to give 65 a C. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you rate 65? Drop all those comments down below. If you hate it, if you liked it, what was your favorite moments? What you did not like about it? And if you have not seen the movie yet, let me know based on my review if you're going to check it out in theaters or wait on streaming. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you can notify my reviews, reactions, ranking lists, and much, much more. And you can watch more of my content right now.